Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us right here on Midday, Kentucky. Did I hear JC say that there might be snow coming this weekend?
Yes,
yeah,
Saturday.
Opening weekend of Keeneland and 2 to 4 inches on Saturday.
That is crazy,
I
people.
know.
Yeah.
I know.
Have we had snow here in April before?
Oh, I'm sure we have. I can't really remember.
recently.
Last year wasn't. There was no snow, but the year before, I think
Yeah.
so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Put away those riding boots, grab the snow boots.
Put
I
your,
know,
I was
here we
going to
go.
say, put your galoshes on. Do you know what galoshes are?
Yes.
Is that an English term?
It is, but I've
It's
heard of it.
galoshes are like gum boots, but they're a little bit more glamorous. Do you know what I mean? That you can wear to the races. Hey,
get them
and
at
that's
Walmart?
opening tomorrow, I believe, isn't it? What'd you say?
Can I get them at Walmart?
You know what, Katie? I'm sure you can get a $2 pair from there.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Who knows? I'm sure you can find everything at Walmart.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
I know. Hey, is that tomorrow that Keeneland's opening?
Yes, I think on Friday.
Okay, it's exciting. Keeneland's opening. That means the 3-day event is coming
Yeah,
to town.
and tonight is opening night for the Legends,
What's
Oh,
that?
is it?
the baseball team.
Oh, is that what they're called?
Yes.
Okay, I should know that.
Lexington
But I've
Legends.
never been to the, I was going to say basketball,
Baseball.
baseball. I knew that. I just had a brain freeze. Hey everyone, if you've got nothing else to do this weekend and you want to stay dry, 43rd Annual Central Kentucky Home and Garden Show is happening starting this Friday. We're going to have our whole show out there live tomorrow. Third caller, 859-566-3636. Phone now. Third caller gets a set of 2 tickets to come along to use anytime over the weekend. There's going to be some famous people there. They're going to be doing demonstrations. If you're looking at renovating your home, this is the place to go to. It is the place to be. And also, I know Expo is happening on the same weekend as well. Head over to our website at wtvq.com and have a look on there because there is information in regards to I Know Expo as well. Okay. We've got a few male topics happening here this morning, Miss Katie. And I just want to start off. A new study at Arizona State University, please don't punch me, everyone, when I'm talking about this, revealed men think they are smarter than
Surprise, surprise.
than their peers, even when compared to women whose grade proves they are just as smart. Experts were surprised that women tend to underestimate, Miss Katie, their own intelligence to men in the same class, ingrained in students since they were young. All right, combined with the unconscious bias against women in science may contribute to the study findings. Let me tell you about this. 250 people from college in a biology class, okay, they were asked to estimate their own intelligence, okay? Experts were surprised to find that women were far more likely to underestimate, this is women judging themselves, underestimate their own intelligence than men, considering they both had a grade point average of 3.3, okay? A female student is likely also to say she is smarter than only 54% of the class. What do you think? Do you think, yet again, women are underestimating themselves?
I think we are so smart that we underestimate ourselves based on that, and that alone.
I don't know what that means.
It means that I think that we have a higher bar in our life than and we set that bar higher for ourselves. And I think that, you know, we bring it down, we underestimate ourselves because we are so smart that we just are assuming that we are average sometimes.
Do you feel that, let's just talk about our business. Do you feel that men come across as knowing more than what a woman does in the news world?
No, but that's not what was interesting about this is they're not really saying, they said even when compared to men.
Yes.
So what it's saying is men think they're smarter than their peers,
Yes.
men or women.
Or
Not
wo-
that they're
no,
smarter
correct.
than women.
No, I know that.
But I'm thinking that's part of my response.
Yeah.
That I don't think maybe women just value themselves automatically higher than other people. I don't really think that it has a lot to do with sex. Like I know we have these stories every now and then, but I've never felt that women undervalue themselves. I think they're undervalued by other people, but I don't think that the women I know are undervaluing themselves. They may feel that way because someone else is doing it to them, or they may be undervalued in the workplace, or they may be undervalued by family members or something. So I think that that's not necessarily a feeling that you just inherently have.
I think there's intelligence in different some people are more intelligent in certain parts of their life than other people.
I agree.
Male
I agree with
and
that.
female.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Like I seem to know a little bit more about the skin regime than you do.
Or I know more than you do, and you're getting ripped off by all the money you spend.
Well, and what are
You're
you
probably
basing
right.
intelligence on too? Is this just strictly IQ, or is this street smarts? Is this school smarts? I mean, there's a big difference between the two.
Well, one's between, either becoming a lawyer or the other one's stabbing you. Do you know what I mean? When it comes to street smart.
Well,
I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's many people that have not gone to college, have not gotten a degree, that are
Yeah.
extremely intelligent.
No, I agree, but that's I think it's got a lot to do with street savvy and those
that's
type
what
of
I mean.
things when it comes to that. Okay, tell us what you think. Head over to Midday Kentucky's Facebook page. I'm trying to fix my shirt up here. I'm a little bit dusty. Told me it was fine, but obviously she didn't look too good. Anyway, tell us what you think of Midday Kentucky. Miss Katie, we're going to carry on with the male theme, and it's something about marrying for love. Question
Yeah,
mark.
this was interesting. This is another thing that I disagree with this story differentiating between men and women. But this is basically saying that men will often not marry for love. They marry because the timing is right in their life. But I think women do that as well. But not predominantly. I think most people marry for love. But if we're talking about what this says, it's saying that men get married just because maybe finally their job is right. They've paid off their loans, they've got the house, that just their life is set up for marriage, and that's when they'll just marry who's ever right at that time. What do you guys think?
Interesting. I would think that women marry more so for timing also. Like it's that
Yeah,
time.
I
Their
don't
clock,
think
the
men do it
biological
more.
clock is ticking. We hear that all the time. And I think that, I get the impression that that's
But
the case.
that's almost sounds like women settle.
I think so. I
Yeah.
think women do.
But that's what I'm saying, men and women do what this says. They marry because the timing is right, and they need to for the
Interesting.
time. You kind of settle, and I don't know if that's so much a bad term when we say
It
that.
has a negative connotation
But,
to it.
I'm going to be 29 next week, and I have family that's like, wow, if you want to have kids. And I'm like, well, I'm single.
We know you're not single, man.
Not
friend.
single, but, I mean, I
I've
don't
got to
feel that
keep
way.
reminding you that you have a partner. Like poor man friend, he's at home with a sore foot because he fell over and he's hurt his foot and he had to have a band-aid
No,
on
I'm
it.
saying there's different terminology. When you say single or married,
Right.
He's
But,
gonna kill me for saying
but I think that those are sort of like the timing things that at a certain age you start feeling the pressure of the timing.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think that men and women may do it for different reasons, but both for the timing, I think, can be for anyone.
It was interesting to read the story, and especially with a lot of the tweets that were coming out around it as well. I think, I think unless you are very much on a religious base or background, that when men have that, they seem to be getting married a lot sooner. Like, as I said, everyone knows that I was in Utah for 3 years. Those boys are getting married at 20, 21. Do you know what I mean? And starting popping out those kids even while they're at college. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they'll meet a gal at church or whatever, then they'll get married, and then in his last year, she will start having babies.
So do you think that they are marrying then, are they settling or are they marrying for love, do you think, at that young of an age?
I think because, look, and there's a lot of conversation about this because, I'm not going to say that because it might get me in trouble. So I will move that along. I almost said something I shouldn't have been saying regarding that part of the faith. But tell us what you think. Head over to Midday Kentucky's Facebook page and have a read of the study and tell us what you think about it. And we're still on when it comes to love, people.
That's right.
Body now can tell us.
Yeah, the
About
body.
love?
Yes, that's
I
what it's
think you
saying.
mean
A
the
new
heart.
study. A new study came out. If you've ever wondered if you found the one, well, according to a study published in Nature, finding your lifelong match is determined by your genetic coding. Humans have their own human leukocyte antigen, and it is called the HLA complex in their immune system. And so this is generally, this complex is used in our bodies to determine our natural cells versus our foreign bodies, foreign bacteria, viruses, things like that. But they also determined in the study that the higher level, or the higher level in one that's opposite from your partner, will actually cause you to attract each other more. So if you're similar in your HLAs, you do not have a stronger sexual attraction.
What's the HLA again?
It is called the human leukocyte antigen complex.
And how do we know if we have that?
And everyone has it. It helps. It's in our immune system. It
Right.
helps us fight diseases
Okay.
and whatnot. But they also, in the study, what they did was they looked at 254 couples, and what they discovered is that the partners that have very different HLA complexes from each other are more likely to be attracted to each other and have a stronger desire
How
to
do we
procreate.
find out about that?
They'd have to study it. They have to study your blood. They find it within your blood. It's not something that we would just go home and check and then check your partner and see.
Let's see.
But what they're saying, is that, you know, we talk about body chemistry. We talk about, you know, I didn't have a chemistry with this person when back in our
Yeah,
dating
but maybe
days
that's the
and
HLA telling us that.
Exactly,
Oh.
and that's what they're saying. Listen to your body signals. What do you guys think about that? I mean, you know, you find somebody, you go on a date, you think, oh, this is the perfect match. This is, you know, everything looks right on paper. But then how many times have you been at a restaurant, you sit down, and it's just not there? That attraction just isn't working. How many times
I
has that
actually
happened?
think that it's the opposite. I think sometimes your body tells you, like, yeah, you know, like, this person's great. They're so attractive.
no.
Like, you're attracted to them, and then
Yeah.
you realize
Then they
that
open their
that's not
mouth.
the best for you. So I
Right.
really think if you're just saying your body's reaction.
They open their mouth and you say, check.
I think that steers you kind of in the wrong direction, and then you may realize through not using your body's initial reaction that it's wrong.
Yeah.
And it's the other way around as well, also, Katie. You know, like, you know, you can have a great, especially with all these apps nowadays, you can have a great communication. And then when you meet up in person, it's like, yeah, it's not going
Yeah.
to work.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, they also said in the study, too, they noted that people that had very opposite, partners that had opposite HLA complexes, that they actually felt that their partner smelled really, really good. Versus those couples that had similar HLAs, they didn't think that their partners smelled
That's
all that
called
great.
Tom Ford aftershave, dude. Anyway, we're
It's
not
called
gonna-
head and
So
shoulders.
if they smell delicious, you got to keep them.
I got you. How much have we got time for one more story, Sam? Or we've got 3 minutes. Katie,
Yeah, so I
take it
kind of
away.
wanted to dive into this. Remember a while ago, we talked about the woman who gave the middle finger salute to the Trump motorcade,
Yes.
Yes.
and she was fired. She does work for an agency that does some government contracting work,
Yeah.
but now she's back in the news. She's filing suit against her former employer, Akima, there in Virginia, for wrongful termination. So that just kind of got me thinking, where do we find politics in the workplace? And she says that people should not have to choose between their principles and their paychecks, politics and paychecks. I kind of don't know where I stand on this, because I feel like there's such a gray line. I feel like, yes, freedom of speech, you should be able to say what you want. But then at the other hand, I think, well, it's a capitalist society. If I don't want people acting this way at my company and, you know, acting out on it, then
Yeah.
do I have the right to get rid of them? I don't know.
Do you mean as an employer
As
or
an
an
employer. So I
employee?
meant, like,
Yeah.
I'm kind of conflicted.
Well, you do represent your company when you're out in public, you know, and
Yeah.
I mean, I think it, you know, the employer does, is it an outright, what do they call it,
At will.
at will employment type situation. So, I mean, is it their right to be able to say, hey, you know, I didn't like you representing our company out in public like that, and then not only representing it in that moment, but then having it go viral for everybody
Well, and
to
let me
see.
just say, unless someone obviously got the picture of her from the front, so they knew who she was.
Right,
Do you know
but
what I
I
mean?
wanted to open this up to, like, people who are posting their political
Yeah.
opinions on Facebook,
Look,
things like
you know
that.
how
Yeah.
I'm
Can
the
your
first
employer
one to
jump
say
in?
to you that I love talking about politics, because
Right.
I love that I haven't been through a full election campaign apart from the last one since living in America. Fascinated. Every day I can't wait to get home and watch the news. I love talking about it. You feel funny about me talking about it with you sometimes here, but I don't think we're disrespectful to each other.
Yeah,
Do
I
you know
think
what
it depends on what your job is.
Yeah.
So here at the table, you two are primarily just lifestyle hosts. I also anchor the news shows,
Yeah.
so it's not appropriate for me to be commenting my political opinions. But, you know, I'm interested to see what happens here, because I don't think employers should be able to fire you because maybe you're posting on Facebook that you love Trump, or maybe you wish Hillary could have won. I think it's a slippery
Well,
slope.
just remember,
Yeah.
Katie, that there's employers are now looking over your social media,
Yeah.
and they do have. I have to be honest. If one of my staff back home in Australia was doing something to affect my business,
Yeah.
I would probably have fired them. I'm just being honest about that. but it would have had to have been a pretty dramatic thing. I think doing what she did, I don't know whether
Yeah,
she's got a
does-
case.
I
Yeah.
think she'll win this.
She
We'll
might.
see.
Wow.
Hey everyone, tell us what you think. Head over to Midday Kentucky's Facebook page. I'm going to fix up my collar because I still feel it's not quite right. After the break, learn how you can improve your curb appeal and send your home with the ease. You're watching Midday Kentucky.